Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Bitcoin hanging out at $97,000. Still in this range, slowly starting to tick up. Looks like it's ready to go for this little jip, but it can always do this thing stuff. And you know, friends, markets go up and down. We're still waiting for the next phase. We were hoping it would start last year around Donald Trump's election victory, but seems that we are repeating the 2017 cycle, and you will be caught as my friend. Got you. So the 2017 cycle, friends, when I went back and I studied it closely, very closely, to my shock, because everyone talks about 2017, the greatest. I mean, I talk about that, right? I wasn't even around. It only started moving in March. Because you look at it, because the way people remember things in their minds, it's nostalgia. I mean, the impact is so big. Like, whoa, that was like really amazing. It's kind of like, friends, if you go and get toasty with your friends, you go to a party, you get really toasty. You're like, whoa, that weekend was amazing. But if you recorded yourself out of this 48-hour period, more like just 55 minutes, you actually like really feeling it. And the rest was like, waking up, eating breakfast, preparing, maybe you do your push-ups, call somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, whoa, that was an amazing weekend. We actually get to the crux of it. That's what's like in cycles too. There was some macro data. We'll get through the news, go through everything, but before we get into the charts and stuff, friends. So, Bitcoin sitting at 97, Ethereum still 2,600. It's still got that pricey that we don't want to see, Mr. Ethereum. All right. So it's kind of some strange things happening on in this crypto universe, friends. Firstly, BitBoy's gone missing. I have to get a dedicated video out for him. There's a lot of stories to learn about BitBoy's the journey. So at his peak, he had 30 million from the BitBoy company, and then there was a coup done on him. It removed him from BitBoy channel, and then they renamed it. And then there was all these allegations out here that he was on illicit substances, and he was using again, and it was very tumultuous. Pump and dump allegations, and the company had 30 million at the peak, and then by the end of it, he left his wife and kids. He had a new girlfriend, Cassie. So BitBoy and that's out pretty much. If you're in crypto, that's like everyone's aware of it. It became like it became like mainstream pretty much. Like this was the day the big stuff happened. He rocked up to the guy's house. He got caught with her. Pretty much that was it, friends. So BitBoy and Cassie. Well, Cassie, I think they've broken up. So he lost his wife and kids. He's lost $30 million. Broken up, and now he's gone missing. And Cassie's come and reached out to him. She's kind of like backpedaling as well because he's gone missing. She's made this tweet, and yeah, her tweet, she's basically said like, if you've heard from Ben, let me know. He left the house yesterday and has been hacked. And then she kind of like backpedals. She goes, we didn't have a defining breakup. He was upset and left. It's not like I dumped him. He's upset about the laws. So people feel like it's like, oh, she's back. Oh, I didn't really break up with you. It's just. But yeah, man, when you've lost absolutely everything, friends, like it's very tough out here. It's just we pray for his safety. I know, friends. I know, man. You're not meant to just. I know, just the morals and obligations of all these. I get it. It's tough, man. There's a lot of gray areas out here. Remember, even BitBoy tried to give attention to PulseChain as well. Yeah, it's been tough. From 30 million down to like near zero. So we'll go through the story a bit later, just it's a lesson on leverage gambling and stuff out here. And I want to give you the important part now as well. In this bull market, see, friends, I trust me, yeah? But it's not even about trust. I'm here 18 hours a day, okay? I was literally born for markets. I was born for markets. I don't know. My brain just works like this. Friends, I've got friends, they can put 3 sofas on their back, walk up 6 flights of stairs, and they don't run out of energy all day. They literally don't run out of energy all day. They just go out there. God bless them. They can go build stuff and do everything. Okay, I can't, friends. I got hands to carry spoonie. Okay, I can slice bears. I got hands. I got elbows ready to slice bears. That's what I can do. I can't put 6 sofas on my back and climb up 6 flights of stairs all day. You know what I mean? Well, my gift is this in markets, but for you, on average, if you get a lot of profit, consider real estate. You really got to do real estate because you can't jeet your bags in real estate. It's so illiquid. You're getting a rental income. It's stable. It's your nest egg. Okay. So if BitBoy did that, it'd be tougher to do what happens, and we end up doing the gambling and stuff out here. So yeah, we pray for Ben's safety. And yeah, there'll be more on that later on. So friends, CPI has come in hot, 3%. And Jay Powell, friends, so Lizard King, Jay Powell from the Fed chair, we were always worried that they were in a cutting cycle. Thankfully, we're not. Now, why is that important? Remember, friends, a lot of people, remember they started cutting rates. They cut rates here like this. And then I said, look, man, I mean, here's the data. Whenever they cut rates, most of the time, the economy's already slowed. They've got to keep cutting. We've already hit the tree, metaphorically. Now they put on the brakes. We've already, like, the passenger's gone out and flown onto the freaking grass. You know what I mean? You snapped your neck. That's how bad the economy is usually when they have to cut rates. Whenever they cut rates, a big crash is coming, yeah? But there was this period of time in history where they cut rates like this in the 90s during the tech bubble beginnings, and then nothing happened. That's what we were praying would happen this time. That's why a lot of people cheated, friends. A lot of people are in a lot of stable coins precisely because of that one rate cut thing. And they farted themselves out of the bag. Now, with this hot inflation, Jay Powell's basically said, oh yeah, we're not really in a cutting cycle. Yeah, which is great. Because like, oh sweet, we are repeating the 1990s. Now, why is that spooky and why is that important here? It's because in the 1990s, friends, the internet that you and I are communicating on actually right now went on to change the world. And look what the stock market did. Bang! You see what I mean? Like it had a big bull run. This, see the purple lines, the interest rates? Big bull run. Okay? That's very, very important. And then I was showing you back in 2017, see the orange line is Bitcoin. Back in 2017 cycle here, if we zoom in, you'll be able to see that we were actually, see, look at the purple line and the orange line here. They were hiking rates in 2017. Hike. Look at this. And we had the we had a double bubble old season. Double bubble 1 here and bubble 2 here. Yeah, with Bitcoin going from 1,000 to 20,000. So that's beautiful. So it seems to be repeating. Now, if you remember a year ago, I made a video, and shout out also, friends, I remember Corey Geary. So shout out to Corey Geary of DeFi Alliance in PulseChain. He made like a mention on it a couple of times. Just to remind everybody, it's actually awesome. Like he's one of the one people who actually watched that video, and it really it kept him bullish and all the spirits alive, same as everyone else. Because I covered how Ray Dalio went through all the data, and he's like, look, everybody says the stock market's in a bubble. We're actually not, and we have AI going on, which could be like the tech bubble, and it's like increasing our productivity for the economy going forward in the next couple of years if it keeps going exponentially the way it has been going. And it was true. Look at it now. Have we crashed? No. And AI is actually becoming more of a theme. Like AI is doing a lot of crazy things. You know what I mean? Like making videos, making two dudes hook up with each other. Which is, by the way, friends, just to let you know, that's how you diss people on Twitter now. That's it. So it is actually freaking funny. That's what people do. They put two like famous people, like they put Andrew Tate with like someone else, and they're just getting a kiss and hook up. That's like demasculinizing them. So we're using AI and how you probably think juveniles use AI. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's awesome that it's mimicking this 1990s run. Now, why is that 1990s run very important? It's because it was the longest stock market run ever, and a lot of people believe it would never happen again. Yes, and now we are like similar in the number of days, the stock market run here. So you never know, man. We might be in the final innings here. See, 1998, another 1 or 2 years left. So maybe crypto, so I'm doing this script, maybe we're just cutting rates, right? Maybe crypto and stocks are here. We have 1 whole year of our big bull market, and then maybe next year, crypto downtrends because it went up so much, but the stock market goes up, and they both crash together. Okay, that will be the bear market. By the way, what I'm describing exactly happened in 2017, right here. Let me just show you this. So just so you know, right? So see Bitcoin, friends, Bitcoin, see this orange line? I'll get it for you now. Bitcoin right here. Bitcoin hit 20,000 and the stock market was up here. Bitcoin enters a bear market with crypto for 10 months, but the stock market makes a higher high. The stock market is so powerful, makes a higher high, but then at the end of the year, the high rates of the economy crack it down and crypto capitulates again. That's when Bitcoin hit 3K. Funny enough, this is when I was going all in crypto. When I've just discovered Bitcoin here, I'm starting to go all in here. I start realizing. Okay, so I'm just showing you, it seems maybe history repeats where the stock market goes up this year and next year, but crypto blows off this year. And then like I can already see in my mind next year, I can see us having a bear market by like June next year. And I can see where stocks are strong, but for some reason, Bitcoin is like struggling and altcoins are struggling. And I can already see in my mind everybody on Twitter going like, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? Like stock market new highs, like it's so bad out there. And then that anxiety eventually turns into anger and capitulation by the end of the bear market of the bear market year, which could be, you know, maybe December next year or something. So I'm just imagining in my mind how it plays out. Why? Because Donald Trump was the president back then, and maybe that's just how it's going to play again. But see, it's going to look bad at that time, but we have to remember where we started from. Most people from the 2017 cycle, this is the interesting part, they did not start at the beginning of 2017. Most people who came in 2017, they entered like 3/4 of the way of the bull market. That's where most people actually came. And you can actually see it right here. Many people, friends, they all came in like June onwards. You know, Bitcoin, we got to think about Bitcoin was already like rallying, like, whoa. And then everyone starts coming in now and you have the final flush up. But here's the thing. People were buying altcoins here and they were buying up more. And then this part of Bitcoin going down, altcoins are down 98% because no one knew what the hell was going on. That's how you hear those stories of people saying, oh, I put in like $4,000. I turned it into 60K. And then by the end of it, I was back down to like 3,000 or something, you know, because they were buying on that way up. They just, because no one understood. Everyone really thought the tech was here to change the world. That's where pretty much a lot of the PTSD comes. So that's pretty much everything in a nutshell, what's going on, friends. I want to go through some notes as well. We'll go through a bit the business cycle now before I continue on with the news, actually, because it's very important. If you want to know, friends, why is it different now? It all comes down to the business cycle. Now, I'm just going to have to warn you, okay? If you have any children in the room, please, children, pet turtle, pet duck especially, please leave. I'm going to show you some red text, which might be alarming to some people. But friends, the only way to make it through this hell is to keep going. Ah! So what we're looking at here is the worst business cycle performance in crypto history. It is. So this is the ISM, right? Above 50, we're expanding. Below 50, we are contracting. Look at 3 of the cycles from before. You can see how, look at the bear markets into that, right? So you can see how the ISM was 190, 150, 3 days. They were actually pretty good, you know. Even our DeFi that was Donald Trump, right? It was actually pretty good. Look how long we've been below 50 for, 819 days. So you might say, oh, it's the ISM. Yeah, but what's causing the ISM? You don't know. It's just whatever. It's just for some reason, this cycle, we've just been plagued. It is what it is. Now, if you want to ask me, Somi, what's your theory? My theory obviously is the world economy got crushed with the zombie virus, the planned zombie virus from China and the leak, which is done probably on purpose. The world got crushed here. They printed so much money and then the inflation got too hot. It's very hard to manage all these, right? The inflation got too hot and they had to pull it back down. This is our 2022. And then therefore we have to like reset the inflation. That's pretty much it. That's why. So basically the world economy died. And then we're like, you know what? We've got to get the cycle back. And we got the cycle back. And then we had to pull it up because the inflation was getting way too hot, too fast. So that's pretty much where we are today. So, but here's the thing, right? We're above 50 now. That's pretty good. So, but that explains why. Remember, friends, I've actually shown you videos, mystery solved. If you overlay that with others BTC, you can see how our altcoins have been crushed more than normal by this point of the cycle. I've actually got others BTC here. You know, so every other time, look at this, altcoins were like this thing was still horrible. It was still horrible, okay, but there was like some friendship coming in. Here it was just like it goes. When we got to here, instead of bottoming out here and going up, we have gone bang, and we've actually capitulated down. Look at that. That's horrific. We were like meant to start going up in June last year, pretty much June to October, around there. You see this period here, we're meant to go up. Unfortunately, what happens is ETH BTC goes lower. Ethereum goes lower, business cycle is still low. Which another way to think about it is the overhang from Joe Biden administration. Yeah, because Trump gets in, there's optimism, but it takes a while for, you know, the spending and people to actually like see what's happening and actually believe in it. You know, Trump's come in now, because remember, Trump means serious business. He's making negotiations and stuff out here, just to give you an idea. So now you get an idea of what's going on. So ultimately, after all of that, do you need to know that? Well, just kind of, it's good to know, like, hey, Somi found out with his, with his cute little magnifying glass. So he found out, okay, why is it poopy now? Why is it poopy now? Well, obviously, see, we all know it's because Ethereum's third cycle curse. What was the curse? There you go. ISM had like 815 days. Look, man, in next cycle, friends, there's going to be another curse for other coins. It's going to be something weird. Okay, so, BNB's in the fourth cycle next cycle. Like, maybe, I don't know, CZ gets a wife and kid. He's like, screw it. You know what I mean? Maybe stuff, you know what I mean? Like, just parts of the universe just to start moving around, and that's what happens. Now, I've gone through the juiciest of juicy parts here for you. I know you deserve some pump music. Okay, now we're cranking. We're cranking now. Make memes great again. The whole crypto industry is a freaking meme, by the way. Okay, now, so President Trump said interest rates should be lowered. Now, I don't know how they're going to battle this. I can guess. They're going to do a bit of money printing here, a bit of weird stuff in the background. They're not going to say QE, okay? Because, friends, for people sidelined, why are they sidelined? It's because interest rates in their mind are high, and they think altcoins can't go up unless interest rates are zero, yeah? So they don't know that altcoins are just a function of the business cycle and confidence and euphoria. Yeah, they don't know that. They think, interest rates have to go zero and then we do QE and then they can get into their altcoins. No. If interest rates have to go to zero and they do QE, the world economy is like we're all dead pretty much, okay? Interest rates are a response to how the economy is going right now. Yes, it's a response. So right now, interest rates are high. Yeah, why? Because the economy is hot and pretty strong and optimistic. That's why. Even though Trump says interest rates should be lowered. So what might actually happen is the Dixie, friends, the US dollar, he wants it down to keep going down. And maybe inflation goes down with the oil. So that's all outside of our control. But I'm just telling you all the pieces of the puzzle. They eventually fit together. This is interesting. Fed chairman, so Lizard chairman Jay Powell, head of the evil Fed, said they won't block banks from serving legal crypto customers. So here I am asking, hey, scum, why were you blocking them in the first place? Why? Oh, we know why. We know the answer why. Operation Choke Point 1, 2, and 3. Friends, trust me, they're not going to stop. Okay, friends, it's a central bank. How silly. You're a silly willy if you honestly think the central bank has assassinated 3 US presidents and got away with it every single time. I mean, it was so brazen. We know they assassinated them from all this evidence and newspaper stuff out here and leaks that and these happened 150 years ago plus. You know what I mean? So look how that's how powerful they were. They literally had so much power. They still have so much power. They don't care if you know about it. You literally can't do anything. They have the money printer. You see? So I know they've said, we're not going to do a CBDC. Yeah, they go, but we'll do a digital dollar. They will eventually do it. They have a pause and rewind function. Don't worry about that stuff. We've got to get the bull market first. That's how the movie goes. You don't get betrayed in the first 6 minutes of the movie. The director, the writers of the movie and the TV show, first they got to build trust. So you think that person is going to really help you. And betrayals are very, very common, friends. I don't know if you remember in Phantom Pain as well for Metal Gear Solid 5. Otacon is a series favorite. He ends up betraying you in this as well. It's no! I thought you were my friend for the past 4 game series. It's been 20 years. You betray me? So it hurts. That's what, but they got to build it up first. If they made him betray you in the first game, be don't trust that loser. They made him betray 20 years later, 5 games later, he betrays you. That's how this story is going to come out. And we all know, though. Come on, dude. They assassinated 3 US presidents in public. And you think your shitty little imaginary digital Ponzi money is going to make them go, you know what? We're going to hang up our lollipops and we're going to put a spoonie down. We will no longer operate with mass power and control over the world. How naive are you? You can't think like that, friends. Please. I can't talk to people who live in this la-la land. You're not in tune with reality. Now, speaking of Trump and the negotiations, remember 2017 is very close to what we're seeing right now. It's actually is close. It is close. Trump says him and Putin will start negotiations immediately, possibly to reach a deal with Ukraine and boost our bull market. Now, I interjected with the Ukraine stuff, but obviously it doesn't take a genius to figure out what it is. you never know, man. It could be an oil deal, could be some Ukraine stuff. Yeah, because if Russia's helping to supply the world with oil, it might get that oil down $71 a barrel now. Maybe it goes down to like $55. That gets inflation down. US Fed can cut the rates. Do you know what I mean? And then US dollar can be cheaper, so Trump can do what he wants to do. Which actually, it's what he did in 2017. And in 2017, friends, like the same story is repeating. So Montgomery's government, you know, my friend Matt, I'm going to call him Montgomery. So Matt and President Winnie the Pooh, so the Chinese president, yes, they had to print in 2017, big time. China had to come in with like this QE stuff. And right now, they're about to do it. They have to. Like, this is the next step. Their interest rates, their bond yields are down to 1%. They can't stimulate that way anyway. They got to pretty much do a QE soon. So it's kind of eerie how it all repeats. In further news as well, so Coinbase, otherwise known as Cuckbase, have launched Soylana futures. And people think it's bullish. And I'm thinking, well, this is just in time for the VCs to distribute on more retailer customers. Because remember, FTX, friends, they got a $2.5 billion unlock next month. It's amazing just how complacent everyone is. Everyone's just like, nah, it doesn't matter. We've done that before. I don't know. Look, I don't know, man. You've had 14 months, dude. Like, but you know what I like, friends, out of all this? I like how Soylana has literally let you've been able to exit for like, dude, you've been able to exit Soylana for like 3.5 months. And I'm not saying it's topped out. I'm not in the business, friends. It's a bull market. But isn't that nice to know? You don't have to stress that, oh, one day it's up, one day it's down, it's over. It's nice that these things can like rotate around. And by the way, that's looking at the ETH ratio price. But no one looks at that because, you know, they don't know what they're doing. That's unfortunate for them, isn't it? You and I know the secrets, though. The Pentagon, friends, have spent $32,000 to replace 25 coffee cups. So obviously, Elon and Trump, they're like investigating into like what all this money blown is going on. Man, oh man, I just hope. Oh, friends, what I'm scared about, what I'm most scared about is they open up the wrong file and the wrong person leak, and then they discover that advanced weapon UFO tech military connection, and then something's gonna have to happen to them. That's what it is. Like, they might just shut up one day. I don't know. You see what I mean? Like, something might happen. That's what I'm most scared about. But it's 1 year. It's 1 year. Come on, just keep them alive. Just don't do anything. Don't do anything weird, please. And you know, friends, we know if you've been following, you know this ain't a joke. They literally don't care who you are. The president is not even read into these programs because the president's only there for 4 years. Yeah, they're not told. Yeah, it's people who are in there. They're in decades. They're literally in there for decades. So, yeah, I wonder how this thing is going to play out. I do believe there'll be more UFO disclosure. There has to be. But what they're probably going to do is they'll probably say it's definitely, say this is what the US government, the deep state's going to do. They're just going to say it's aliens because then they can say, it's aliens. We definitely don't have their tech. You know what I mean? We know they've actually been reverse engineering it. But then, like when I tell you that it's a race to whoever makes the first anti-gravity nuke. So like if you shoot a nuke, right now someone else can shoot it out of the sky. They can send another thing to hone in on it. Okay, what if you have that anti-warp drive thing around it? Okay, that you can't do anything. It's literally just going straight. Anything you shoot just deflects. It's literally an unstoppable bomb. So obviously the stakes are high because we're all still monkeys. In the zoo, slinging poop at each other, and yeah, hopefully we get some progress there. But you know, if you guys want to blow yourselves up, just don't ruin the bull market, please. Can you not? We're there 4 years, bro. 4 years. Can we like save this for another time, please? That's what I'm asking. In some other news as well, Binance, BNB has flipped Soylana, which is interesting, friends. As you know, BNB is an Ethereum EVM. Here you have BNB. Why is BNB special? Well, BNB, friends. Oh, look at it. It's actually rallying up. Nice. Wow, it's up 10% in a day. Bang. Wow, man. So BNB, friends, it is a very special coin. It's one of the most defensive coins there is in crypto. But like defensive, you don't care about that now. By the way, this is the quick dog with hat chart. Down 88%. So BNB, friends, has an extremely rare chart in crypto where, so don't look at this part. This is the bear market, okay? BNB was strong in our bear market. Okay, it was actually strong. It actually, like, this is, like, look at this. From 2022 January, it actually went up. FTX capitulation up here. Like, this is unheard of. It's a defensive coin. Now, Chainlink was a defensive coin like BNB back in 2018. Unfortunately, Chainlink became a scam. Not a scam, for just joking for family friends. Just a joke, just a joke. It's still okay. It just Chainlink got dog shitted. BNB was the chosen one. But then you find out, you know, I tell you, BNB, in the background, they rotate the trading profits and they keep a bid on BNB. Like they do it, but they don't tell anybody about it because they don't want to break any international securities expectation stuff, but they keep it basically protected. Now, I still just be careful about it next cycle. Next cycle is going to be third cycle for BNB. And like, what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong about it? You know what I mean? It's just like this, there's Bitcoin, there's altcoins, you know, you just out of a sea of 10,000 altcoins, how sure of you that that BNB is going to be immune to it? It's not really worth it just to try and make a bit of a multiplier on your BTC. It's so much easier just to hold the BTC, wait until I guess the bear market's FUD clears, and go for it in the next cycle. But we'll speak more about that later when the time comes, because right now we've got to focus on this bull market. Friends, it's also been, let's actually check out, and I'm going to do this in a very family-friendly way once again. Here is the PulseChain Core coins, slightly green up on the day, pDAI 1.1 cents. As well, friends, I might have to do an update later. There's some stuff going on with Clip Finance where I have to explain. Basically, some backstabbings will happen, not to us, but like they've gotten backstabbed, and the infrastructure that they were going to work with, they just took the idea. That sucks. But so they have to offer a deal where you can either roll over into something else, the parent of whatever, another ICO, or they said it's like you take only 30% of what you put in. Initially, I was told 50%. So after thinking about it, look, I'll be honest, man. Obviously, I'm cut. I'm very, very, very cut. Especially like they got backstabbed. But look, you got to deal with it, friends. Crypto's volatile as crap. Thing is, in my mind, after all the unlocks and everything, and the clip went well, maybe you get a full 10x on your move anyway. That's how I thought about it in my mind. So let's just do this example, okay? If you had 10K and you got 100x, 10x, it might have become 100K, yeah? If they allow you to take a minus 70% hit from now, and you got to remember, friends, the reason why this minus 7% is not as bad is because it was done a year ago at the peak of those altcoins, which altcoins are still ravaged. Yes, so your purchasing power is roughly the same. I'm saying if I got it back and I could get it back, this is just me. Don't follow me. Okay, I don't know how they're gonna set up. I'm just communicating to you. They said they're gonna have like a platform where you can choose to get your claw back, or you can roll it into their big parent ICO with some, I don't know, it's infrastructure layer 0, and there's comparables, and we can look at the deal whatever later on. But I feel like, man, like we did this in 2024 a year ago. You know, like I was hoping, yeah, not to move into 2025 doing it. So if I have to take a 70% hit on it. That 3K, I will punt pDAI. That's about, I'm not, look, you can do what you want. If this doesn't work and it goes to 0, that's on you. Yes. I'm just telling you, why would I pump pDAI? Because I'm like, you know what? You put my back against the wall. I'm just trying to sling it. Because if this goes to $1 one day, that 90x will give 270K from the 3K. So you actually make back more than what your initial. That's me, friends, if it actually turns out and those numbers are real, okay? I don't know when the whole thing's going to be set up. They told me about it before. I was initially told 50%, and I said, can we do it ASAP so we can get in and then rotate? But this is the game, man. As it is, do you know what breaks my heart the most? Like, all these companies are trying. They're actually trying to build stuff. The market doesn't give a shit. No one cares. I'm saying in my Telegram, it should have just been a meme coin. Just do nothing. Just literally just do nothing and just sit around. Play with your willies. Oh, that would have gotten a high appreciation. So this is the game, though. This is the game, friends. You have to, like, in crypto, you only get your 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100x's around because there are a lot of extremely volatile and swings out here along the way. So yeah, I'm just letting you know that just to like prepare you as well. for that, just so you can just share with your friends and family. I'll probably make a more update on that later on, but this is the game, man. Like AI, look, AI was just moving up, and then they just all dropped 90% straight away as well. You know what I mean? Like, and ETH BTC's low. So that's also why. So if you want to know why the sentiment's like that, just look to early in the video, right? Business cycle, ETH BTC got crushed. Everything got crushed. Yes, that's unfortunate. But yeah, but still, friends, you can't let these things get you down. Doesn't matter. Like, by the way, like we've been through the 4-year bear market. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, money's just gonna rain from everywhere in this bull market. It will start. I'm telling you, raining. It'll feel like it's literally raining money. Things just start going up. Everything's going up. Everyone's pumping. Yeah. Right now, it's not, though. When we get others BTC doing that, yes, money's just falling around everywhere. Everything's going to be good and everything will be fine. Now, I want to speak about HEX Origin Address, friends. There's some clarification with the recent moves. So, with the HEX Origin Address, there were 2 sets of moves. So, the first move was the actual Origin Address. I'm going to read this line. Okay, right here. The actual Origin Address staked lots of HEX for 15 years. 5 days, okay? So it took a lot of HEX and it staked at 15 years, yeah. However, the Sacrifice wallet, which is, friends, they're both Richard Hart, okay, the Sacrifice wallet staked 350 billion HEX for 7 days. Yeah, it's almost over now. So, because people were worried, they go, oh, if all the HEX is staked long-term, they're worried in pDAI, how can you match the collateral of pDAI now? Well, firstly, you can still match it with Pulse and PulseX. They just got to rally 3 or 4x from here today, which is fine by me, but people who are in pDAI, because friends, there's a lot of new people here. I just, have respect for new people. You come in here, welcome. But like, they haven't been through a cycle before. Like, they really think we're going to peg tomorrow. And it just got to move any day now. It can move because they get excited. But that's okay, man. That's okay. You get that FOMO in your heart. That's good because you're in early now. People are going to get the FOMO in their heart like later on in the year. Okay? So that's why. So also, like, it's kind of funny. I mean, like, friends, I was considered a FUDster because I said 10 cents by June. It's kind of like, oh, we're only going 10x your money, huh? Which is kind of funny. So I would, and by the way, I'm not saying it's going to be there. I will just, if we are 10 cents by June, I will be very happy. I will be an enjoyer. I will be enjoying. I will be playing more music for us. I'll be just enjoying the overall situation. That's what it'll basically feel like. And it doesn't mean that the game is over. It just means like, oh, we're on the path. We're on the path and we like it. So the thing is, there's 350 billion HEX from the Sacrifice wallet. Everyone's wondering what's going to happen after the 7 days, Is it going to keep staking until it's done every 7 days? And then it just like sits on it and maybe waits for the pDAI thing out here. Speculations, fans. Speculation. That's all it comes down to. So it can all be done still. Good news as well. HEX, friends, the circulating supply. I used to use the total quantity as 100 billion. And if you go to GoPulse, they had 100 billion as well. They have it here. See on GoPulse, 99 billion, about 100 billion. That's what the number is. So if you go, oh, if PHEX is $1, it's about 100 billion market cap for it. Remember HEX peaked at 45 billion. Remember, because we removed the origin address. 45 billion back in 2021. That was about 90 billion tokens at 55 cents. Now with all these, apparently now there's only 30 billion, which is amazing. Now, of course, they get unlocked and look, I know it's like amazing and these things can go up, but yeah, man, like if HEX gets to 10 cents, there's probably going to be people, they've got stakes coming out. They're like, you know what, I'm done. See, they just forego the principal, they're done. Someone might have staked 10 million HEX 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or longer than that. 10 million HEX is staked or at the beginning and like they've served more than half of their term. So if they emergency end stake, they'll lose the principal. Sorry, they'll lose the interest, but they just get back their principal. So if they stake 10 million and with all their principal, if they wait another 4 years, maybe they get 40 million HEX, but they have 10 million HEX. So if HEX hits 10 cents, we might see some people like this. Obviously not guaranteed, you don't know, but we might see people, it comes up here, it sits, it does this, And you never know, friends. They look. There's people out here, I know, looking at their friends and family, and they're like, "Oh, if I push this emergency end stake button right now, I will get 10 million hex. Right? I'll forego the interest, but I can get $1 million US. So they can get 10 million times 10 cents. They get $1 million, and they might say, you know what? That's 2 property houses. I've got kids now because it's been 4 or 5 years. Some people are here, I've got kids. I can buy these 2 houses in my state, $500,000 each. They just pay me yield, and I don't have to stress. It's all set up. I don't have to worry anymore. Like, you know, so like people hit this emergency thing in their mind that we might see stuff like out here, and then it might happen. It might come down, and what do you think happens later? No, why did I sell? That might happen later on. That's very, very classical of bull markets. And then they'll end up on Pulse Whispers saying, you know, I sold $1 million worth of hex at 10 cents. I bought 2 houses. I thought it was a genius. But if I just held an extra 6 months, I would have $5 million. Instead of 2 houses, I'd have 10 houses. That might be a Pulse Whispers story. And then obviously all the comments are like saying, bro, you literally got 2 houses paid off for your freaking kids. You can literally now work like you don't even have stress now for the next 20 years of your life, and you're still complaining. That's friends, what I've just dictated to you. You've seen so many Coin Fresh and Direct stories that many of them are like that. I can see that happening in the future as well because people get greedy. They get greedy. That's what happens. Comparison, killer of joy. We all know that, right? Now, if you keep comparing, friends, what's going to actually happen is Jay Powell is going to squeeze your nuts like this. And if you're a lady, when it's your time of the month, he's going to squeeze your ovaries. Arrgh! That's what it does. Comparison, friends, killer of joy. Trust, look, man, no matter how good you think you're going to make it, someone's going to come out. They're going to blow all of us out of the water. I already know, friends, the future lottery ticket. Like, I already told you, dude. I made that whole video. That 18-year-old kid put in $4,000 or $5,000 into the SAFEMOON ICO. SAFEMOON. He hit the retailer Ponzi, and he turned it into 22 million at the top. Didn't sell though. So you're gonna see those screenshots. He didn't sell. It went down to 1 million in 2022. So down 95%. He sold. He had $1 million. Unfortunately, he did not sit on it though. What he did was he thought, "Oh, I'm down 20 million." Even though you started 5K, bro, you literally, he's a college kid. He was like 19 now, 19 or 20 now. Because he thinks he's down 20 million, he starts leverage trading. Now he's got 0. Now he's literally back to, he actually said he's down negative. He's got minus $10,000 debt, trying to work just to pay it off. So you see, they're going to see these stories out here, friends. It's all paper fugazi money. But you've been preparing for all that. That's why we're friends. Wen Moon, Wen Moon, Wen Moon! Let's play some angel music. Wen Moon, huh? If only we knew. Hex is curling up. That's nice to see. We have PulseChain curling up. Ready to go outside of the wedge. I've got more juicy content coming for you later on, friends. So you understand macro. You know now, right? The mystery is solved. Yeah, the mystery is solved. It all was coming down to that business cycle. Why were we cucked? There we go. We were contracting. Businesses were contracting orders for a very long time. The longest they've ever done before. You know, it's interesting, friends. Look at this. This is funny. It was meant to, look at that. It was meant to turn up here. Look at that. It was meant to turn up. That's about 500 days. See that? It ticked above 50. And isn't it funny, friends? Isn't that crazy? During this period of business turning up, this is March actually. Yeah, so when it comes out, I think once a month, the data. Yeah, March 25th. Look at that. We peaked in altcoins. Isn't that wild? By the way, let me tweak my nipples again. Let me tweak my nipples. ETH BTC just ticked up, friends. Ethereum just pumped up another $100. That's pretty good. It's got to do like $5,000 more. So if you go back, we all know what happened in March last year. You can go back here and see it on PulseChain chart. Look at this. March was around here. Yeah, altcoins had peaked around here. There you go. This Feb March. That's wild, man. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? Our altcoins, even HEX, PulseChain, the cores, not listed on exchanges. That's crazy. That's just how cycles are so powerful, man. Friends, we're all linked. All of us humans, we are all linked, okay? There's some common source pool of souls or something floating around up there. Hopefully with some orange juice. I don't know what it is. Don't know. We can't even see. It's another dimension. We're all linked. It might just be like the Matrix, fans. We're all just like, got this big, like, giant pipe just going straight into our head, just feeding us information. That's what it's like. Man, that's wild. So, business, that's nuts. Business ISM cycle ticks up exactly in line with altcoins, Bitcoin, when we had the Bitcoin spot ETF, and even coins not listed on exchanges like PulseChain and HEX. That's wild. So I think it's optimistic just to think about what's coming ahead now. Look at that. We're ready to go. It's ticking up now. It's ticking up now. Let's see what happens though. Then this is what Raoul Pal and everyone calls the banana zone. That part, friends, it's business cycle increasing. You know, so we don't know where it's going to stop. You know, maybe 55 or it doesn't really matter. We don't know. It doesn't really matter about this. All that matters is on the way up. That's what everyone tries to price that next part in. Okay, like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget he loves you. Catch you in the next one.